Hey everyone, Trish Davies, international.com. This video today is all about making sales online. If you find this video on YouTube, press that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and you'll receive my weekly updates. So today was our members mastermind, and it was incredibly powerful in respect to making those sales online. To make those sales online, you have to have a platform that's going to be able to take the money or accept the money. Last session, there was a request around, or some inquiries and questions around PayPal versus Stripe, the platform. And one of our members in this group kindly put some research, some time into research, and put a brilliant comparison table together where it was comparing those two products, PayPal versus Stripe. And that comparison table will go up into the group. But it was some really good analysis and some advantages and disadvantages to both platforms. I myself use both. I'm set up for both. So my training program that is automated can actually accept payment from PayPal and also accept payment through Stripe. I found that PayPal was a lot easier to set up. And I found Stripe a little more complicated to set up. And I think it was more around the fact that I am an Australian citizen based here in Australia. However, my structures or my corporations are based in the US. The advantage to that for me is that I am accepting payment or accepting money in US dollars. So what happens there is that I'm less susceptible to the fluctuations in the currency exchange. What I do love is a lot of my expenses for my online business, a lot of the payments that I have to go out are done in US dollars, and the money or the revenue coming in is also in US dollars. So I'm not challenged by those fluctuations, and I'm also not challenged by those foreign currency conversion fees that you get, the bank hits you with as a result of doing international transactions. So it is really brilliant if you can go about that process of setting up your structures, whether it be an LLC, a C Corp. An S Corporation is available, but only to those in America, not available to us as foreign aliens. So what's that saying? Build it and they will come. That was my very first step in the process of setting up a truly international business, and that was having structures being protected, asset protected, but also having these corporations that are set up. It's a multi-corporate strategy going on, and I had to seek advice through my American CPA, my Australian CPA, and also my American attorney to ensure that I was set up appropriately and correctly for the type of operations that I was running. So two things important to ensure that you are set up to do business: making sure that you have your corporations in place with all the right setup as well, things like articles of incorporation, the minutes to setting up, the minutes to meetings that set that company up, that corporation up. And making sure that you have a resident agent as well that can, so if there's ever any papers that are served, then there is an address within that state so that those papers can be served. And with those three things, it really does show that you are legitimately setting up and operating and managing a corporation. That's important when it comes to litigation. If you do not have those things in place, they can quite easily pierce the corporate veil and show that you are not operating or managing a corporate entity, and therefore the assets within that corporation can actually be, well, they're at risk to be sold and to go towards any litigation. So a couple of big topics, right? So setting yourself up to run a corporation, manage a corporation, to do business internationally, setting up a corporation, therefore setting up bank accounts within that country, and also making sure that you have the ability to accept payments or accept money through certain online platforms that are available, being PayPal and Stripe, which was analysed in our group this morning. That's what I love about our private members group, is that, you know, there are questions that get asked. I don't have the answers to all of those questions. Rightly so, because running an online business is incredibly complex with so many different areas. However, we have the expertise and the people willing to research, go away, do that, come back, and then deliver some answers, some comparisons, data research within the group. That's the power of a mastermind and the power of a group. That's my share today. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear those comments. Some of those questions that you might have around payment platforms, but also entity structuring. I'd have to put a disclaimer there, is that I'm not an attorney, and it's always best to seek that advice from your attorney. And yeah, press that like button, press that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and you'll receive my weekly updates. I've got 2 videos now coming up next that I'd love for you to watch. TrishDaviesInternational.com. Bye everyone.